I've also
Where he knows he's not meant to be.
sound is overrated. You're so right, Cassie. I am also.
Hard
Wait,
disagree.
hold on. Oh, I see the issue. Okay, everything's playing through that. I fixed the echo problem, Cassie. Everything is playing through the notes. I'm sick and I cannot win. Stream use. Game music. What's the mood? Adventure or chill?
Mummy
Is it-
issues?
Is it? Yeah, that's the definitely
Oh!
the sound. Uh,
Love me some
No
mummy
comment.
issues. Oh!
You say that.
I'm
This is
going to
probably
just-
When you discover why that might be an option, you may not take that for much longer.
I'm gonna play this.
Oh, no.
Seem to be
Please
having
don't tell
connection
me.
issues.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Oh,
noticed you're having
no.
some camera problems.
It keeps freezing, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? And then I have to like disconnect and reconnect.
Huzzah.
So it's not my camera; it's Discord.
Just
Dial-in.
Discord.
Oh
Okay.
no! What a wanker!
I mean, it
Mine
certainly
was
looks
doing
that
that
way.
for the longest time.
We're doing the setup at the same
Yeah.
time as everything.
So, hello, chat. Welcome to D&D. We're just, sorting our shit out. We'll be with you momentarily.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Ah.
But I hope you're all well. I hope this weekend finds you all well and healthy. And even if it's not, you're putting up with it. Welcome in. How's it going? Good to see you. You have a conundrum? Man, you've only got one? You lucky boy. What's up, Guess? What's your conundrum, dude? See, I've undone this, and now it really does just look like the Michael Jackson Thriller jacket. Now that I've undone it under the waistcoat.
It's so good though.
I don't know if I'm enjoying the look or not on the camera.
It goes with all the rest of the red.
Well, but that's it though. The rest of the red is only on the stream thing. I was about to say the Discord. It's only got the red because of the blur, but on the stream background, yeah.
I'm fixing it. Don't worry. You guys keep talking.
I believe.
Oh god.
I believe in a
Oh,
thing
no.
called bear.
I do want to know why my camera is always mirrored, though. Like,
I mean, most of them are. I think.
yeah, but like, I like how I look in Discord. Like, I'm okay. And then it flips me, and I've got these really chipmunk cheeks.
You should be able to flip your camera anyway. That will resolve the mirroring issue by flipping that.
I don't know. I can
Reverse
find that setting.
flippage. Yeah. A party in your new D&D campaign had a lot of their fellow villagers kidnapped by goblins and taken to a nearby ruin. I think you mentioned this to me. I know there was a goblin thing going on. Last session they opted for a frontal assault. Fort. They exhausted on average half of their HP and because of their spells getting into the front door. Yeah, that's... It sucks sometimes when a D&D party chooses to do things like that. However, the operative word there is choose. They chose this course of action. Let them live with the repercussions. Still got the entire fort to go, and I don't want to TPK them on session 3. See, that's fair, but if they're going to make decisions like that, and they're going to do that, you gotta follow. Yeah, don't.
They're gonna learn.
That's up to you, Casson, and how you want to be as a DM. If you here is the thing for that. Are they the sort of people where if you throw them a lifeline now, when they get themselves in trouble, are they then going to expect that every time they get into trouble and that become a oh well, our characters basically aren't ever going to die no matter how daredevil or reckless we are, so charge reckless full frontal assault every single time? Or do you make them learn from their mistakes or die because of their mistakes and have them not learn, but hopefully they learn? Yeah, I mean, that is the other thing, Vix, is you don't have to necessarily kill a party. That is very much an option that is typically kept in a lot of back pockets as a, well, the party just made a really stupid decision. I don't want the campaign to end here. Would it make sense for them to instead be captured or something else along those lines that is not necessarily straight out death? If it can make sense and it does work from a, like within the scenario, then yeah, that's absolutely perfect. I've had a couple of occasions where I've considered some stuff like that. Not really in this game. I think there was only once that would have made sense, but they absolutely ripped through the encounter, so it didn't. But yeah, it also, that does lead to a very interesting prison break potential, and as somebody who's run a prison break game, they can be a lot of fun.
Just send out a house spider.
That's that too, yeah, as an option. I think scared the crap out of the party. So one of the baddies was an ogre mage with a battle axe. Oh, damn! Okay, what level are these guys? At one point, they crit on the centaur barbarian. I took no damage, but to go ahead and failed. So, yeah. When you start throwing mechanics like that in there, it does tend to make the party go, "Wait, what?" Because I don't know if you saw it, Casson, but when these guys were on their way to rescue Siddhartha from the dream, our lovely rogue Vander ended up fighting an enemy who inflicted failed death saves on him while he was still conscious as well. And it does get a little bit of a reaction to like, oh, what does it mean?
Scared.
Yeah.
No.
It adds in this whole sort of level of, I don't know what we're dealing with here, and I'm a little bit frightened. Oh yeah, no, I know he gave you the gobblers. Mm-hmm. That's why I like throwing different things at people or mechanics that they don't expect from, traditional monsters as well.
Do you know what's really scary?
Was that where you got the idea, Kazan? Okay, welcome.
Something that I just remembered was a friend of mine has my... Yeah.
Has your...
Yeah, sorry, what was that, Fred?
A friend of mine actually has an old character of mine in his back pocket to use against his players.
Oh, okay.
Which was my druid, my very first character.
Oh, I think I vaguely remember that.
Yeah. And he wanted Leah. Like Leah Pip. He was just like, give me this character. I'm just like, no.
It's not your choice.
My little friendly gnome is not going to be a motor hobo.
No.
I think I'm gonna leave my camera off.
Yeah, is that what's causing it to happen?
Seems to be.
Okay.
Hang on, let
Sorry,
me do
Bex.
something smudge.
Sorry, back.
Zealot Barbarian, Wildfire Druid, Moon Druid, Grave Cleric, Alchemist Artificer, Fey Wanderer Ranger, and it's certainly a party. Holy shit.
There we go. That should help as well. So Vander's in the correct spot.
Oh, you changed your name.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know, maybe it helped Bex.
I hope so.
She's intense right now.
I'm just so... I'm close. Close? I need to get my head out of a gutter or two. Why is this one? Why?
Oh no.
Why is it? When?
What?
Oh, it's just, you know.
You what?
You what, mate?
You what?
You actually what it?
Oh well, let's take this moment. Are there any questions people have about the characters and the campaign and stuff while we're doing this and we're getting ourselves sorted? I don't quite feel comfortable starting the session while we're in quite this amount of disarray, but that's fine.
It's considered this as a raid as it's gonna get.
Oh really? Okay.
Well, okay, let me just add a picture.
Oh,
of
I see. Yeah.
Oh, and your little DMs.
Ah, we don't need that.
But we can start. You can start the. You can die, and you can
Please don't.
So
your little guy.
Oh well. In that case, hi guys. Welcome to Syleria D&D. I'm a little bit late, but let's get cracking. I believe we had somebody offer to do the recap. Are you still comfortable doing the recap, Vander?
Yep, I'll give it a go.
All right.
Let's see how long my
All right. So, without further ado, because that's like the cliche thing to say. Let's go.
So last session, we started with immediate combat. With a guy whose name we did not get. Later found out his name was Tusk.
Referred to as Tusk, yeah.
Referred to as Tusk. We fought himself and a couple of his goons inside the jail that he snapped his fingers and they all just popped out. Vander took the southern side. Nofret took the north with the help of Frey. And Seket stepped inside the jail cell and took on Tusk mano a mano. Not quite
I
true.
did
there was
have
also
the arm
others.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
She was just kind of like, Border that let me sentinel him.
It was a relatively easy fight. We got to flex a lot of our abilities and made quite short work of it. Even Mr. Big Boss Man didn't quite stand up against our lovely Seket. I believe there was only 2 of them left alive by the time we were finished after killing 8 of them.
there was 2 that you were aware of. There was a third one that ran that you don't know the fate of, but he also ran directly down the direction that the other NPCs arrived from. So you can probably safely assume he get away.
what a snitch.
Yeah. There was a child. Saved him.
Ty.
Yep, Ty. Little Ty. We then got some exposition while we interrogated Tusk. He told us about Farouz Marat. I think I said that right.
Farouz Marat, yeah. Yep.
Awesome. He is believed to be the local leader of the slave ring. Calling back to our old memory of Claben in his diary. Claben believed he was the White Knight of the chess pieces. Vian and Jean know who he is. They kind of suspected he was in charge, but this is now just confirmation. And then right at the end, a woman came in, which I'll let Quinn describe later.
Okay.
Yeah. And asked what the hell is going on here.
We also have, well, Seket has also sworn to keep Tusk and his other guy alive and safe from Fez Marat.
He elicited a promise of safety and continued existence for him and his men if he were to divulge the name. Apparently that person that he was going to divulge the name of, now revealed as Farouz Marat, would not take kindly having that name revealed. And this person also, Farouz Murad, appears to be responsible for the arming and training of these bandits, so they were a little bit more martially inclined, which, given the small amount of history you got from Evan's note about him being a former royal guard, makes a little bit of sense about where he got the training from. But yes, you had Lieutenant Altan and the little farm boy Ty rejoin you, and before they could do much, that was when this other armored soldier appeared. But with that, we're good to get going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, as Lieutenant Altan and Ty have kind of pressed themselves up further against one of the sides of the passage that isn't still flickering in tiny little bits of dying flame, this soldier woman who has appeared, who, as Vander will allow me to describe, I suppose I should go ahead and do that. She's standing there in a like a chainmail overcoat that's been thrown over top of almost like a sunrise-coloured shirt, white, dusty and ink-stained trousers. She has a long brown on her left hand, which is currently clutching a shield, the symbol of the Summer Realms on it, and her other hand is sword. She has dark skin, very reminiscent of Sekhet or Nofret themselves, with some pretty fresh white healing scars across her face. Short, sort of almost curly, flame-coloured hair, but some of it's almost like sweat plastered to the side of her head. And some green eyes that just are very, very intense and very hard as they take in this sight as she strides around the corner and demands what the fuck is going on in this garrison. As she takes in the bodies on the ground, Altan and Ty, Jean, who's clutching her side because of the wound that she took, and all of you, who I believe you are all standing in there.
Was putting out fires.
Yeah, which we're really only burning for flavor purposes still, because fireballs, right? That's right, fireball corridor. I love it. So
Is still kind of coughing from the smoke.
my immersion.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, as she exclaims, what the fuck is going on in this garrison? She takes in the sight around and just immediately assesses all of the people in this corridor she does not know, which is the four of you and Vian. Her eyes look to the bodies, and before Lieutenant Altan, he starts to stammer something out, she immediately starts striding past him down the corridor towards the group of you, ignoring the bodies on the ground as she just steps over them, looking into the cells, left and right, and as she approaches, she almost just shoulders whoever is standing at the front out of the four of you. She will shoulder you aside and just immediately look into the cell holding the bandit leader. Seeing that he is there, still currently down on his knees, he flashes a very cheeky grin at her. He casts an even harder glance at the group of you, and then keeps striding down the corridor towards the next set of bodies. Without saying a word, pushes past Vian and Jean, inspects the bodies that you were dealing with, going so far as to actually, without sheathing her sword, she bends down and starts inspecting the bodies. Is there anything the four of you would like to do?
What the fuck is going on? Is you should get your locks checked.
Perhaps we shouldn't start a fight so soon.
We just finished the fight that could have been avoided if this was a proper prison and held people where they were meant to be.
There is a scrape as she sort of rises up from the knee she'd taken and turns to look at. Yes, we're all going to need answers, aren't we? I also would like to know how all of these men got out of their cells, why they are dead, and how all this came about. I also don't know who any of you are, and I would like you to identify yourselves, your reason for being here, and why I shouldn't incarcerate or kill you. Starting with you. And she points her sword at you, Sekir, given that you are one that is ready to speak.
I am Seket Capri of the Tuvasa tribe.
Her sword moves to the person next to you. Whoever wants to speak.
Nilfred Capri of the Tuvasa tribe.
And she continues along the line.
Bender.
And her sword then points at the little gnome, where she does take note of the small symbol of the Keeper of Winter on the clothes, and her eyes narrow even.
Really, Swinterlight. We can give you answers if you need.
We're definitely going to need answers. And then the sword moves towards Vian. Vian just sort of squares her shoulders. It's like, Vian, of Kidith Nan. Her eyes flick to Jean. Jean nods. It's like, and so where are you all from and why are you here? Someone?
We are currently escorting someone to a safer place. Do I get like a read that this person understands? God, my brain is moving in
That's all right.
2 seconds. The bandit guy has got something to do. Can I discern that she knows that the bandit man has key information about the slavery ring? Is that a vibe I get from her? Does she seem like a run-of-the-mill guard, or is she an intelligent sort who was trying to get information? This is a lot for my brain.
That's all right. Given the bits and pieces of information you have received upon arriving at Fort Falling Embers, the fact that the man known as Altan you were given to believe he was kind of, maybe not in charge, but he was the one that was responsible for things, and the fact that he is at attention and paying heed to what this person is saying, they are definitely somebody higher up. Their concern right now does not so much appear to be anything to do with the slavery ring. It is merely to do with the bandits and the people here that she does not know and why people are dead. You can make an insight check if you want, but it'll be really hard to see if she knows anything about the slavery ring, given that nothing she has given off thus far would indicate that.
Fuck it, I'm gonna roll.
Yep, go for it.
Babushki! That one. Okay, that's how today's going for me. Someone else do the talking.
And we are also here. We were just asking some questions, and then all the gates unlocked, and we were surrounded. So, unfortunately, we had to protect ourselves.
Okay. She then looks to Jean. It's like, well, you helped install the systems here. Is this possible? And Jean just very palely sort of nods her head. It is possible. It's like, then perhaps this person was right and our systems do need another look.
Second.
She looks back at you and then looks straight back at Jean with an intense stare.
He just simply snapped his fingers and all of them opened.
You can watch it on the cameras now.
It's just a snap of the fingers.
I'm sorry, I don't think we got your name.
I'm the captain of Fort Falling Embers right now. You can call me Captain Salt.
Captain Salt.
Yes,
Nice to meet you.
I'm sure it is. She sort of looks around the bodies one more time before striding back to the cell, the bandit leader. And she steps in and looks at him where he's still got a smug smile.
Sekit kind of moves a little bit forward because she's aware that she's made this promise, and
Yep.
she's unsure of the captain, and her motive. So she's just kind of on edge.
Well, she's standing within the doorway, so well, that's where she's placing it. You can move to block her if you would like, before she can get into the cell, or you can just approach once she's situated herself. Up to you. Cheeky dice roll.
Yeah, I was just thinking how.
How
well,
ragey are you still?
No,
yeah, because
no, I love it. Go. Yep.
she's gonna block block her
Oh,
entrance.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
And say, is considering the security around here, is this man safe? I have given him my word that he will not be harmed.
She steps right up to you, and she's only, compared to your height, she's like 5'7", 5'8", maybe. But she stands right in front of you, just glaring at you like she's on eye level. Like, I still don't know you. You are not a part of this garrison. And as much as I admire the fact that you gave your word to a criminal, he is still a criminal. And right now, to me, your word means nothing against the amount of dead bodies that have been laying at this man's feet. She then deliberately turns her back on you without stepping away. And she looks at the rest of them. It's like, eyes Jean, who is clutching her side. It's like, go see one of the chirurgeons and get yourself stitched up. Then take yourself to my office. You and I talk. Ty, I don't know why you are here. Take her to the chirurgeon. Get out of here. And he just immediately sort of bounces over to sort of give Jean some assistance to almost kind of hobble out. And she then fixes her lieutenant with a gaze. Like, and you were supposed to be ensuring that this place was secure. You were looking after the morale of everybody after the expedition. What has happened here is as much on you as anybody else. Find as many men as you can who are not currently deep in their bottles or incredibly hungover. Get this place cleaned up and locked down. You and I also need to have a talk. And then she turns back to the rest of you. Now, while we are going to wait for some men to come and take care of this, we can't leave these cells unattended. So we get to have a chat here. And she glares at you, kid. And if I want to go into that cell, you will allow me to go into that cell. Is that clear?
Do you intend harm?
Perhaps. Depending on how things go.
I think that's a good compromise. We're happy to help with the watching of the last of it. There's also some alive in here, and I indicate the one that me and Frey had kept alive.
She took note of it as she was walking
Okay.
down the length of the cells, that there were a couple of them sort of standing there in an unsealed cell.
But we don't have the keys, so if you do have some on you.
We do have answers to all of this, though. Well, not all of it, but some of it.
Well then, and she takes a couple of steps over to the other side, far side of the corridor from where the bandit's cell is, where you're standing, Sekhet. Turns herself around, sword and shield still out, and actually seats herself down on a wooden bench. Weapon still out, and just looks at the lot of you. Then, again, if you have some answers, now is the time to start talking while we have some less of an audience, I guess.
Sorry, there's still a little remnants.
I understand. Those who play with fire tend to get burned.
It's funny how that happens.
So, and she looks at you, Freyalise. You said you have answers?
We came down here to get answers about the slave ring. We got answers about Ferus Marat. Apparently being, the local leader of the slave ring.
And I'm going to take a wild stab and guess that the name Feruz Marat as the leader of the slavery ring, and she points her sword past you, Sekhet, came from him.
That is correct.
Feruz Marat is a decorated soldier of the Summer Realms military, and he retired in honor. He has done nothing his entire life but serve his king and his country with honor and dignity. If you want to be throwing around those sorts of accusations, you either don't know the man, or you'd better be very, very sure, because you are taking the word of a known criminal
Not
to
just
tarnish the name of a very valued member of this country.
It
We-
is understandable, but that is what we have heard.
We-
We don't know the man in question, but there is a possibility.
We have also had other sources that have stated this name. We have been following this lead for a while. And also, these men were trained in a military style with their attack.
Oh, and I know that better than most.
I know I do not mean to diminish your experience. I am just saying that that is also part of linkage that we have had with his name. It is not the first time that we have come across it. Just in case you just thought we waltz in here and believe every criminal left, right, and center. We have been a little bit around, and the slave ring has affected us, and we would like to see it terminated. And this is the path we are on. And we are sorry if our investigations put ones back up. Second's trying very hard to
I can feel it.
To calm the rage down.
Do we actually have
Her own rage, yeah, to defuse a situation, yeah. This lady does not look like she's going much in the way of calm, right?
If it is any consolation, we are also currently working with Kerith Nan, just to be completely honest. At very early stages in our relationship with them, I would say.
which is what sent us here in the first place.
And I'm going to ask then, how familiar are you, Jean?
You could say that our relationship with Jean is fairly recent. Yeah.
She looks over at VR and it's like, I've known her for a while. She has been incredibly valuable to the construction and maintenance of things here at this. and we value what she has done. However, she is headstrong and reckless, and she has taken liberties here in her role, and I am very much questioning what her continuing role is going to be here going forward after this. I am sorry if you have had anything to do with the supposed slavery ring that happened, but that is not currently my concern. Right now, it is the fact that these men were going to be facing justice and judgment for the crimes they had committed, and now that chance has been taken away. And I am going to have to answer for yet another thing that has gone wrong under my watch to my king.
Second, he is king, and I'm like,
Oh no!
eyes like narrow slightly.
Yep. So, as much as I understand that perhaps you were drawn into something that you didn't fully understand the repercussions of, give me one good reason why I shouldn't fill these now empty cells with you.
Because they became empty under your supposed watch, and we had to defend ourselves.
That is a good answer.
We have also given you answers on why we were here.
And I can accept that. Thank you.
We could also potentially, we acknowledge we may have cost you a thing. Maybe we can make it up for in some way of something that you are currently caring about. Obviously, you're not very interested in the slavery ring. It seems to be mostly based around, the tribes. Which is hard. But, some other people are getting involved. Anyway, it's
Mention of the
concern.
tribes, there is a brief sort of moment where she sort of set her shield down, and the leather-clad left hand that was holding the shield then kind of just rubs the back of her right hand. And sort of, you once again take note of the dark, sort of almost Tarragonian skin she's got.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of prodding it. I was like,
Yeah,
it's a tribe
and
problem, but you obviously don't
there's
care.
There is a very brief moment where she almost looks... She probably looks just marginally agitated by that mention. Almost like there's a prickle there that's getting under the skin, and that's not appreciated by her. But...
Does she look like any, yes, she looks like she may be from the tribes, but like anyone in particular that we've...
does she bear any sort of almost like family resemblance to somebody you've met? Tell you what, make a general intelligence or wisdom check. I don't care which one. It's been a hot minute since you've been on the sands.
Hot minute on the sands. Oh, my wisdom and intelligence are the same, +0, so it is 14.
14, okay. Nothing that springs to mind. Like, you have come across one family unit that had the dark skin and almost like a flaming red hair, and that was when you and your sister you first left.
I was wondering,
You
because
tried.
the one they lost, the little girl had red hair, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yes, and her father was described as having had red hair as well. That's the closest association you could have. Other than that, she bears no tattoos or embellishments or markings of any kind that would indicate that she belonged to a tribe or had belonged previously to a tribe of any kind. She's clearly just of Tarragonian descent as opposed to specifically of a tribe.
Daddy got busy when he went missing.
Well, yeah.
Did you
She
see that face?
She might be a little old for that. But yes. always entirely possible. But she does muse over the things that you have said about, defending yourself, and this happening under her watch. And yeah, she does appreciate. Like you said, that is a good answer. She then doesn't really continue to say much. She just sort of sits there and almost just for a few minutes will, unless you directly address her, will ignore you and just fix her gaze on the bandit in the cell across the way.
Seka's going to use the time to just kind of like sum her up, like looking at her muscle density, looking at how she's holding herself, looking at what weapon she has, just like trying to get like an idea of what kind of warrior she is, because
all right,
call it a trade interest.
Yeah. I mean, you can make an insight check if you want, and you know what? Yeah, no, we'd make an insight check. I don't know if you've got a proficiency in it or not.
I know Hetty does, but I'll check Seka. No.
No,
No.
okay. No, cool.
It's just straight 15 on the dice.
15. So no bonus, just 15.
Yep.
She's clearly somebody who's seen a lot of fighting, and
Unless you do it as survival, like summing someone up for like...
You know what? We can go survival. I was trying to think of what a good check would be. Yeah, no, survival, we can do that. Yeah. 18. Alright, cool. Yeah, no, she's clearly somebody has seen a lot of combat. The scars, the fresh, still healing scars, just on her face alone, attest to that.
Which means she was on the front lines with this battle, speaks high volumes.
Even though she is currently sitting down, she hasn't put her weapons away, and she let go of her shield one moment to scratch the back of her hand. And that more tells to how uncomfortable she was. She does look like she's a fairly strong individual. But that is the sort of strength that comes probably from years of physical training, as opposed to just a natural, like a natural physique, a natural. The chainmail shirt that she's wearing over top is sitting fairly comfortably on her shoulders, so she's clearly very used to being in armor. And just from her general presence and the way she's carried herself thus far, even though she is currently in a corridor with a whole lot of people she doesn't know and some unlocked cells, she does not appear to be exhibiting any sort of anxiety about the fact that she is currently outnumbered. So all of that leads you to believe that she's a fairly confident and believes she is a relatively capable warrior. Yeah. Was there anything specific you were trying to ascertain? Sorry, I feel like something.
No, that was really good. I was just... Does she note by the way she's holding her shield that it's protection? Like she thinks it's protection, or she thinks she can use it as like an extension of herself? That's exactly the way I was about to describe it. She is treating the shield and the sword more like that extension of, of her own limbs. They're very, very comfortable in her grasp, like they've been sitting there for a very long time. Somebody that is clearly, even though she is a captain, and you did note like the dust and the ink on her trousers, she's somebody that's clearly more capable and comfortable on the battlefield than what they are, in a seat, in a back, taking the backs. Right. Is there anything anybody else wants to do in this sort of brief, quieter moment where she's no longer almost interrogating you?
I'm going to mention that, there's potentially going to be a few refugees coming through these ways soon. Maybe refugees is a strong word.
Oh God. Sorry, I couldn't hear that. Apparently my headphones muted. Oh. Sorry, what was that, Pix? I can see you speaking and things lighting up. Why can I not hear anything?
You're just going crazy. It's fine. I mentioned that there's probably going to be a few refugees, and then I'm like, well, refugees is probably a strong word, but there's going to be a bunch of people rolling through soon. Some all the fallout in Cascorn. Everyone's at each other's throats. All the And I'm more just gauging to see how much of the outside world this person seems to care about, or if they're very nuclear to this area.
Yeah, the mention about refugees sort of does very briefly break her concentration on the bit, and it is kind of this moment of she's suddenly become very familiar with the word refugee, and while she sort of doesn't really answer, the sort of very slight shifting does maybe give you more of an indication that she is aware of things, but she's trying to stay singularly focused, more so than anything else. And given that the large number of almost like outside the walls of the fort, there was kind of like a whole group of people there were more people here than what the size of the place might have entailed. The fact that there were in and amongst the number of people in the tavern with no name, and even Ty himself, there were a number of people that were in more farm sort of clothes, why they were here instead of away on the farms. There's clearly something else that's actually going on here, and the word refugee seems to almost have like an underpinning relation to that. But she does not appear to want to be not focusing on that, but she doesn't want to be talking about
She
that
doesn't want to give us
right
any
now.
information.
She still doesn't really know who you are.
Yeah.
You get the impression that you being down here guarding these cells is as much her guarding you
Yeah.
as what it is the cells being watched over. Yeah, was there anything else?
I noticed at some point in a puddle of
What else?
water left
Oh, yeah.
over from putting out all the fires, the fucking lights that are just going across my face at the moment. And I'm having a think about it.
All right. So Vanda, Frey, anything in this sort of brief period that you want to do before anything else goes on?
Frey's gonna start offering like sweets and baked goods to her companions. And she's going to look at the captain and be like, I know you don't know us, but would you like one as well?
She sort of focuses on you for a moment as you're handing these out. And she does kind of get this, once again, this hard focus, just to make sure that you're not doing anything shifty. And you can't help but see that once again her eyes drift the logo of the Keeper of Winter on your vestments. And she looks at your offering, and it's... No. It's far too late in the evening. Partake. Thank you.
You keep looking at my emblem. Is there something wrong?
Nothing wrong. I'm just glad you wear the adornments of your faith so openly.
Just have to... Showing one's faith is always a comfort.
As long as it brings comfort to some.
Oh,
Sure does.
we're in the summer realms. Is there a problem?
Is there a problem? And she looks around at all the bodies.
With her being Keeper of Winter.
No problem. People can have whatever faith and whatever beliefs they like.
She will not be targeted?
Not by me.
Okay. So gets back from her protective stance, just munches into a pastry quite happily.
Yeah. You definitely get the feeling she's marginally uncomfortable around somebody wearing the trappings openly to keep her.
Sekit secretly loves that.
Also, like, she doesn't come across as somebody that's particularly a person of faith herself. So this almost kind of aversion seems weird, but who knows? Yeah. Vanda, anything you wanted to do in this brief little sort of interim?
Vander's just cleaning himself up, cleaning his knives, and then finding a nice little spot for his new little dagger, a shiv.
I just pictured you being a cat, just licking
Ruptured bit of
yourself and
metal.
then dying. Like, oh.
He is covered in blood,
Yeah.
and it's not his.
No, you barely got touched, I think, in that combat.
I took 3 points of damage.
That's right, yeah. And it was all punches.
Yeah.
All right. So, as just a few more minutes sort of drag on, and there is kind of this thing where she does almost look like she resolved something in her own head, as she eventually sort of stands up off the bench and looks once again at you, Sekit. It's like, I'm now going to request for you to stand aside.
I will stand aside, but if you intend to kill this man or hurt him, I will have to step in. That is just me letting you know. And you step to the side.
I give you my word, I will do my best not to kill him.
Yeah, no, that's good enough for me.
Alright. So she takes a couple of steps into the cell, sword and shield still out. And in the meantime,
when she
this...
goes into the cell, I put my
Yep.
two fingers up to my forehead and I say to Sekit in message, I'm like, so what do you think?
I do the hand signal for like, yeah, maybe can trust, but keep eyes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. The bandit has in that sort of moment of being studied, has sort of brought himself up to sit on his own bed, and he's kind of just readjusted himself to deal with all of the injuries and the cuts and the wounds he's taken. But he still just kind of has this smug smirk on his face as the captain strides up to him. She's still got her weapons out, and she maintains her hard stare. Tell me, Tusk, how did you get out of your cell? Well, Captain, that's just a secret I'm going to have to take to my grave.
Technically, he did not leave that cell. Just want to put that out there.
She's right. And she immediately reverses the grip on her sword and pushes the hilt into his face. Flips the grip back. But you had to know that something was going on. All the rest of your men got out of... You have to know something. I don't credit you with much, but you're clearly smarter than you've allowed people to believe. How did you get out of your cell? And he just reclines back again, smile on his face. She lets out a breath, turns to look at you, Sekit. It's like, I did promise I'd try not to kill him.
Technically, I only promised to protect him from Ferris Mart, so you're
Well,
kind
that's
of
good
out of
to
my
know.
jurisdiction.
Wait, before you even... I can help if needed. I can help.
In
You're
a
going to have-
non-violent way. She's
You're
a
going to have to describe
soul.
this help to me. But before you do, she does turn very swiftly and thrust her sword straight through his leg. and he screams. And she twists the blade while it is in his leg, leans on it, and then pulls it out. And as he's kind of twitching, from that, she goes down into a crouch and actually wipes her blade along his leg to clean it off, while looking at him the entire time before standing up, turning her back on him, and walking out of the cell, where she looks at you, Frey. It's like, and what sort of help do you think you can have?
The truth. Getting the truth out of him without violence.
And how do you intend on doing that? It's
Frey's
a big promise, but I need more information before I'm going to entrust that to somebody I don't know.
Frey's gonna show that she means no harm.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to cast Zone of Truth.
You're going to start casting a spell in front of her?
She's going to explain that it is Zone of Truth.
Okay, right.
And that she means no harm.
Because that was what the captain was basically looking for, is like, if you are going to do something, I need to know right now what it is you do.
Mm.
Yeah, that's essentially what she's trying to get you to explain. Like, she sort of... And what exactly is a Zone of Truth?
You have to tell the truth inside of it.
Huh.
It's like an influential cone. No, it's very directional. Frey will just set it over him. We can ask any questions, and he is obligated to tell us the truth. You know, it's up to I try and like quietly say it, not too close to the doorway. Like, he can still tell of like a partial truth, if that makes sense. But it helps us get, an idea of what kind of questions we can ask.
I appreciate the offer, little one, but perhaps for tonight, enough has been done. We're going to wait until the rest of the soldiers come here to clean this place up and down, and perhaps tomorrow. No, actually tomorrow is no good. Go ahead, cast it.
What's tomorrow?
Unimportant to the current situation.
Frey's gonna cast Zone of Truth just on Tusk, as she said that she would.
What's the range on that? Because I always pictured it like you can't really.
It's an area. Yeah, it's not a directional. It's an area.
She's gonna try
what's the size on it?
It is 60 feet, but she's going to try and
You
have
and me
it
both, stranger.
But basically, she's gonna try and aim it directly at him and not over the party and the captain.
Yeah, but what's the size of it?
It's 60 feet.
Radius? Is that the area it encompasses?
It's the range and area. Oh wait, hang on.
Yeah, no, I want to know the area.
15-foot radius.
Okay, so given that the back wall of his cell is the farthest point you can cast it at, because that it will be within your visual range, anything 15 feet away from that will be caught in it.
Okay.
Which, given the size of this place, is anything in that room and near to the door. So...
Should I roll?
given that the captain is still essentially in the cell, she is also going to have to make a save. If Seket, you maintained your position by the door, you will also be caught in this. Frey, I will give you the option, if you are casting it close enough to the cell door, that you will also be caught in it or not.
Excellent.
Entirely up to you. I would imagine that Nofrit and Vander, though, not be close enough to the cell door to be caught in this.
Probably not.
No. Okay, cool.
Frey is going to be honest, and she's going to lightly say that you might be in the range, but she doesn't, so she's just going to cast it.
The captain doesn't care. She doesn't feel like she's got anything to hide, really.
Just for honesty's sake.
However, what sort of save is it, and what's the DC?
Charisma.
It is a charisma saving throw. On failed, the creature can't speak a deliberate lie within the radius.
And what's the DC?
The DC is my spell
Yeah,
save DC,
because-
correct? 15.
Okay, because Tusk got a 19.
Oh boy.
Do you know if they fail or not, or if they succeed? Are you aware of this?
You know whether each creature succeeds or fails the saving throw.
And the captain got a 14. Because I rolled incredibly badly for her.
I can't use.
Second got a 3.
I was gonna say, can I use meta magic to make him reroll? But
I think that's a thing that's only on a spell you cast, isn't it?
I use a luck crystal to. Yeah. I don't have the right meta magic for it. I only have empowered spell.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so not so much then.
But I don't think I could even use my luck crystal. Anyway.
No, again, I'm not sure if that works on something that you're not
No.
specifically involved in, yeah. So yeah, Frey, you cast your spell. You are aware that Tusk has made his save, and both the captain and Sekhet have failed their save. But yeah, you finish the motions, and the captain waits for something to happen because she's clearly not familiar with this particular piece of magic.
Oh boy.
Is it done?
It's done.
So now he can't lie.
I believe that's what she said. Are you gonna let her know?
This is the thing, because she turns around and walks back over to him.
Unfortunately, it didn't work on him.
So you just have really good charisma.
Fantastic. Well, I mean,
Very fantastic.
he's successfully led men for a while. He's got I rolled an 18 on the dice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it my dice?
I love that you rolled
Oh.
well for him
I'm
and not
rolling
well
my
for
Quinn
Quinn.
dice. Yeah. And I'm rolling on my Quidesta dice. Yeah, no, I rolled like an 8 for
Don't worry, I rolled a
Uh,
nat 1 for my character.
Could we?
Oh, so yeah, you couldn't lie either.
Just
Mm.
me speculating. Could I cast friends on him, and then while the friends is active, be like, "Hey, can you fail this for me?" And then cast out of Drew. Nah, I feel like that would be fucked.
Yeah,
This
no.
isn't, I'm not
that's-
doing it, but I'm just
No,
curious if that would fly.
I like where your head's at, but I think that's a way too weird interaction.
It's very
Hey,
meta.
can you
be a pal?
It's very
Yeah.
meta.
Yeah, that's borderline going into metagame territory. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I think that's not great.
I can still cast friends on him.
How loudly did you say that, Frey?
Quiet.
About him failing. Okay,
As quiet as she could.
all right. Yeah.
You could just take a gamble.
Yeah. The captain walks up to him. It's like, let's try this once again, Tusk. How did these cell doors open? How did you know? And he just laughs. Your little bit of magic didn't work. I said to Jean that none of this shit was going to work on me.
But that's what's gonna work on you.
Still so smug even now. If you weren't going to be going to face justice, I'd end you. I would quite happily end you. It's like, you and I have fought before, Captain. You lost then. You lose again. And she just punches him with the hilt of her sword. And given the amount of health he had left and the fact that he just had that happen twice and has been stabbed in the leg, that's enough to...
Nope.
Because she's not trying to kill him.
It was enough to what? You went all quiet on there.
Knock him unconscious. Because she's not trying to kill him yet. I've actually undone this. This has got a waistcoat part to it, Gum, that I've actually It's got massive long tails on it. She then strides.
Didn't you buy them for Vixen's birthday surprise party?
And this ended up not being the one that I wore.
Yeah.
I ended up finding a better black one. Yeah.
Gummy, I have
Good
the
night.
best picture of him just dressed up as like, oh, it's just amazing.
I mean,
to wear.
It's my Twitch picture. That was me in that outfit. Yeah.
I took that one. Memories.
But yeah, she then strides out of the cell. She doesn't even bother to check him. And just you see that a little bit of that tense anger has come back into her pose. And she sort of walks down the corridor towards where she initially came in. And just looks and waits. Seems like her patience is almost at an end.
Do we lock him in?
The door can't be locked currently. Because
It's just-
the lock was crushed. Yeah.
Would you like us to put him in a cell that can be locked?
He'll be moved presently.
Okay. If you are okay with it, I'm going to go check on our friend in the bar who we were escorting.
You're currently not going anywhere until we have more people down here. I'm going to be keeping all of you within.
Cool. We can do that.
Which, at this point, we are going to say that enough time has probably passed for
Hopefully.
Eltan to find enough people, not currently drunk out of their heads or too hungover, to start coming down the stairs into the jail. And at the sound of the booted feet coming down the corridor, she doesn't relax, but her pose shifts slightly to, okay, time to move on to the next bit of business. Eltan almost sort of, whilst he looks like he's got a bit of a commanding presence, kind of the moment he walks up to the captain, he does have this small little moment of looking a little bit sheepish before he starts, commanding the men to start cleaning up. And for Tusk and some of the other, he moved to different cells, watches to be post, etc. At that point, and only at that point, does the captain finally sheath her sword. And she turns to face all of you, and it's like, come with me. And if there's anything else you have to tell me, get your thoughts in order. And she immediately starts moving away.
Could Vander have been taking a look at some of the locks?
Yeah.
See how they had opened? Just with what he knows of locks?
Yeah, you sure can. Go ahead and make an investigation check, sir.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay!
It's enough to ask questions. I'm glad somebody's actually taking a look.
I rolled a 1.
Ah, god
Well-
damn it.
Whoops.
Your investigation is kind of interesting because you have a look at the locks and they look like they're almost standard sort of locks. Like there's clearly a place for a keyhole, but as to how the locking mechanism come open without a key, you got no. Like this, it's weird. You reckon you could stand here and pick a lock pretty easily, but you got no idea how that. Like that's
Probably
just,
magic.
Yeah, probably.
It was
Probably
magic.
Yeah, probably. Yes. So the captain begins striding away, and Eltan begins commanding his men to start cleaning up and relocating.
We've rolled a lot of ones today.
I've rolled a one as well. So it's like, all right. Are y'all following?
Yeah.
Okay. So the captain takes you up out of the jails and back up into the courtyard of Embers, where she is striding across said courtyard. Hello.
Before we leave, can I just kind of pull her aside and go, are any of these men loyal to Forez Morat?
You're pulling the captain aside. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to catch up to her because she is striding away at a pace.
I got long legs.
Yep. It's kind of a walk and talk thing because, I mean, if you try to grab her, she's probably going to, not take that very kindly. But upon asking that, there is once again this sort of tightness that comes across her shoulders, and all of the men here currently, as far as I am aware, are loyal to the king, not to a retired soldier.
Hopefully you know your men well.
I don't know them at all. That's what scares me. And she quickens her pace.
Second is a little bit torn.
Oh dear.
But yes, she moves towards the large crystal, that is the main piece for Falling Ember, where there are a set stairs lead up to a building that's been constructed almost into the side of it, which is where you were kind of... Hello, what's going on?
Sorry, one more question.
Yep.
Did Snip Snip and Dip Crab disappear when Hetty became Sekit, or is that still kind of hanging around?
We haven't really discussed that, but I think the idea is that thing will still stick around,
But Sekit can't talk to
Sekit
it.
can't communicate with it. Yeah, is the issue. So it will hang around, but you can't. Yeah, Sekit can't give it any sort of commands or communicate with it properly. So it'll just kind of be there. There may be a way in future for that to change, but for right now, this is still a very new thing.
And because it's new and she doesn't know how it works, she's going to have like a little frown at Captain Salt's words. She's going to scoop this crab out of her like little bag and pop it in the cell as like in the prison as she goes. Like she can't talk to it, she can't give it to her.
Okay.
She's just going to leave. Hetty's going to be so mad, and she's going to leave.
She's just gonna pop it down there and leave it there.
The crab's just
commands,
like...
no words, just
Because she's seen what Nofret does with like her little
Does with
animal
her.
things.
idols,
And-
yeah.
Yeah, so she's like,
Okay.
so she's gonna pop the crab down. No instructions, no words, just pop.
Hey,
I'm
man,
just
it works.
sitting there like, oh. Where am
Alright.
I?
Hetty is gonna be so mad.
All right. Well, yes, the captain returns to the stairs leading up to the structure built into the side of the crystal. Strides up the stairs, clearly with purpose, before opening the door and just moving inside, expecting you all clearly to follow. Before you do, would now be... I know Bex just went and got herself a drink. I was about to say, would now be a good time to take a quick little break before we do anything else?
Yes, please.
All right. Cool, let's do that, and then we'll come back and continue time with Little Miss Captain Bitch.
Okay, Gumstitch, you can help me make a BRB screen. Let's go. First we're going to copy.
Yeah. Cheers, Gum. I haven't worn this thing very often. I don't know. I was looking for something red today.
But,
I was just looking for something warm.
Hello.
oh,
Dun, 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 Savannah. Dun, 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 dun.
You just went dark.
yeah,
Going
it's
back.
fine. We're no,
Working
no,
on
I'm
transitions.
making a BRB screen. So everything's gonna look kind of spooky for a bit. We're doing this on the fly. I need to stop doing silly voices. My general
I'm
voice.
doing that Alamanu.
Alright, so, yeah. Few minutes break, and we're back.
What should we? Maybe I'll steal. I quite like the tones in this one that I've put together. So I did whole new backdrops for everything. Chatters, Stream Explorers, D&Ders. I made these new backgrounds in such art. I think that looks kind of cool, right? Maybe do like this tone. Because all of these are like all the characters. I think I'll just go for this area. I'm also dying a little bit, so I hope
You taking any medicine?
I could take some Panadol, I suppose.
It's at least something.
I just made myself a lemon ginger honey.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And in my cup I got from Armageddon. It's very cute.
Oh,
Oh, I fogged up my glasses. How are you?
Oh.
I'm talking to you, bitch. I'm so mean.
wow.
Oh, I keep feeling like there's something in my headset. Why don't we have that conversation?
It's a bug.
earlier? Don't! We're not having a bug in my headset. Profile art.
Literally in Australia, I would like shake my shoes and stuff because it's just what you do to make sure there's nothing in your shoes.
I've lived in a
So-
the entire time over here. I haven't had that issue.
Really?
Yeah.
No, man. I lived in Tassie. It's a whole country state.
I've never even seen a snake.
What?
Really?
I feel like that's the first thing you want to do when you get to Australia as a Kiwi. You're like, give me the fucking snake.
I want to eat a snake.
Oh, that's.
I
such
hear
a
it's
you
quite
thing.
tasty. I've had roo, and I think I've had crocodile, but I haven't had snake.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy kangaroo sausages at the supermarkets. That's not too hard.
A roo
Oh,
roast
really?
is actually really fucking good.
Ooh. I have to try that.
Really good. I need to come back just to get Dare iced coffee. Like,
Oh, you'd be really disappointed. They've changed the plastic on their bottle.
no!
It's now like a really soft, thin plastic.
Oh, and does it change the taste?
Not really, but you look at it and go, oh, now it looks cheap and tacky.
That makes me really sad.
I know.
You chat. Here's a lesson in quickly making up BRB screen. And then we're gonna add some more stuff to it. Shkabushki.
I did quite like the mirror back screen we had with all the little figures of us standing in front of the bucket canary. Maybe we could get him to do one, like,
Hold on,
depending
I can
what
pull
region
that up.
we're in. So, like, maybe do one in for the Summerlands. He can practice his skills.
Oh no, where did I put Syleria? Syleria, where are you? Where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
I miss you.
Ah, here we go. This one. You want this one? Okay, I can do that. Hold on. You just delete this that I just painstakingly did, and put this guy in. Oh, that's too big. Too big. Trying to help the nurses with Dad. Oh, big love to you, Gummy. I know you're going through a bit of a family adventure right now. Just make this a little smaller. We love you, Gum. Okay, new emotes. Oh no, that's the toe. We're not going to put the toe on the screen today.
Oh man, I should have done it.
Previously on. I forget that we fucking set that up. We need to get so many more of those working. The nat one looks. I wonder. Oh god, you scared the shit out of me. What if I? I wonder
Alright,
if
I'm back.
my font is here. Can I add a text? I just don't. I haven't been setting up the D&D one like off stream because I kind of need you all to be here to get the cameras in the right spots. So it's like that's why I haven't done it. I haven't done the move to OBS. Yeah.
Hello there.
Hello.
What? I want to go. Oh, is it not letting me type? Hi.
I just put on my woolly socks.
I love it. I got my one of my big ringleader fucking coats on, you know, and cute little slippers. So it's not a conflicting look at all. So
I have a Monster Hunter shirt on, and it's just all sheep, nothing but sheep, and I'm just like, yeah, this is how I wanna.
I mean, you know, sheep are monsters, and we definitely need to hunt them. Wait, what?
Okay. Is that acceptable?
Hey, it's the Back to the Future font.
It's actually
yeah.
called Indiana Jones Regular.
Well, okay, yeah. Oh, so yeah, no, same director. So funny that.
It's because when I was making, like, when I was talking to Sophie about all the Explorer art, she decided, I was like, I want Indiana Jones meets the Wild Thornberries.
I love that.
No,
Oh, gosh darn
not
it,
the
Gum.
tea, no.
It's just a phone.
All the love, Gum. To you and your family, man.
No, Gummy.
Yeah. Gummy.
Guys, everyone should go, if you haven't already, go follow Gum. Go give him love, because he will come
Solid.
back to streaming soon.
He's a solid, shining example of a human being.
Oh,
He really is. He's
just
Yeah.
makes the world better by existing.
Yeah. I've fallen asleep a couple of nights listening to his golden voice.
Yeah. His
So
Astronaut
calm and relaxing.
playthrough is like my favorite part of the week.
Oh,
Gas
no.
stitching Gum
Don't
snail.
cry.
Okay.
You're awful. I mean, shit.
I don't know if that's helping,
No, that's.
but applause for the effort.
they're being too nice. You will go the other direction.
Moving on, alright? Yeah, well, let's move on real quick.
Literally, my herd's mum, if she's being too nice to me and I start to cry, she then
Hey,
starts
Max.
calling me a bitch so that I can bring it in.
Hey, Max, sorry I didn't say hi earlier. I did see you posted, but I'm deep in Captain Salt mood, so
That apple sound
Delicious.
amazing,
Yeah.
Max.
gotta love a good apple. Alright, shall we get back into it? Are we all back? Are we all good?
Define good. I think we're all back.
I mean,
Mhm.
alive is a good start, so I'll take that.
We're gonna
Feeling how we
go
feel some days.
Skabooshki.
Why, hello. Hey, you out there. Yes, you. You're looking fantastic. All right. So we jump back in. The captain has. Oh, nice. The captain has strode up the stairs to her office, opened the door, and strode in, expecting you all. Hello. You do find yourself in the courtyard, currently unattended, unless you were following. But it is up to you what you would like to do in this moment, or whether you decide to do something else.
Like, not follow her up to her office?
I mean, that would be, I guess, something else.
Oh, guys, this is a chance where we could go full evil on this campaign. Let's just run away.
It's our villain arc.
It's a villain. No, I think we're all. I think we're all just like
Good.
look at each other. We give each other the nod, and we go up.
Okay. All right.
After leaving the crap behind.
After leaving the crowd behind, yeah, clearly. Best move. So you find yourselves in it's an under construction office. It is currently in the stages of being furnished. It is very sparse right now. You can sort of see the areas where the crystal has been, like this building has been built into a crevice in the crystal. And there is really not a lot. There is not even a carpet on this wooden. There is a desk at the far end and a very small, almost like a stretcher for a bed. There is a small closet and an armor stand, and about 2 wooden chairs. That's really all of the furnishings that are here that you can see. The captain has walked in, and you can see her pulling her chainmail overcoat off. And the only other person in the room at the moment is the young farmer, who had been sort of sitting on one of the small wooden chairs, but upon the captain walking in, it popped up and was sort of standing at, a childlike version of attention. And as the captain sort of takes off her coat, you lot start filing in. She initially ignores the fact that you come in, and turns to the boy. It's like, I take it you got her to the chirurgeon. It's like, stitching her up, should be fine soon. Like, good. Now explain to me why you were down in the jail. It's like, yeah, well, it was noisy. Everybody was drinking and shouting and singing, and I'm used to it being really quiet at night, except for, like, farm animals and stuff, so I wanted to find a quiet place. So you thought a jail cell that was full of the people who helped to kill your parents was a good option? Well, would you put it like that? No, but I did at the time, yeah. You are not to go down there. Where are your normal sleeping arrangements? Oh, I'm usually just fine. One of the places outside the walls and, bunk with them. It's like, no, that's not okay. I will have something made up in here. You will sleep in here. Is that understood? You are not to go down to the jail. Okay. Go find yourself some rest. Go find the quartermaster still awake, and we will organize this shortly. And he just sort of nods and almost kind of bounces out the door. But he gives you a really big, almost, like, I mean, it's very childlike grin as he just sort of bounces past you out the door and down the stairs, almost kind of humming a tune to himself.
Panda winks at him.
And he actually would give out a tiny little chuckle and exaggerated wink. Bounces out.
Oh no, I
Second.
a friend.
Becca's just kind of like concerned at the bounciness with what she's just heard. She's like, this child just lost his parents?
Yes, they were unfortunately some of the casualties of man down in the cell. It was why we mounted an expedition, alongside the fact that they had been ransacking caravans and making off with some of the goods. Several of the attendants of the caravans had been unfortunately injured, so we decided to upscale our operation. And in that time, it seems as though they got wind of the fact that we were moving, and they decided to start harassing the local farming communities, kidnapping people, and in the instance where they couldn't kidnap them, burning the farms to the ground and killing people. So we responded to their escalation, and they responded to ours. Do you now see what it is I've been dealing with? That young man lost his family. They were burned in the farm at night, alive. He was the only survivor. So I have decided that he will stay here and he will be taken care of, much like I was when I was a child. Now, is there anything else that you want to tell me about the situation here? Anything else you feel pertinent to what was going on? Anything you may have seen that didn't make a lot of sense? Anything out of the ordinary? Anything strange? While it is just us, and there are no other ears, I want you to be honest with me. As outsiders, you may have seen something that others have not.
We have only just arrived. We haven't had a chance to see much.
Understood.
We also arrived while it was dark, so
Literally arrived then.
Oh yes, this night we arrived.
Mm-hmm.
And then just immediately got yourself into a situation.
We are very productive.
We tend to find ourselves in these types of situations, it seems.
It makes for a good story afterwards.
we do try and help, not cause trouble if that makes any difference.
And I appreciate that, but I do have to say that I have met many in my time who have just tried to help and ended up causing the most trouble. If that makes any sense.
Yes!
That makes sense.
What is it you intend on doing now, with whatever information you feel you've gotten? What is your next destination? What are you doing?
Not sure. We were going to probably have a discussion to figure that out.
Would you believe us if we told you what we were going to do?
I don't know. You'd have to tell me what you were going to do for me to have a chance to decide if I believe it or not.
Our friend Surawatha was put under a dream. for a long period of time. We had to essentially break into her own dream to let her escape her nightmares. This is part of an overarching thing that was happening, but that is more Cascorn concern. Because of that, we now have Surawatha in our company. She's been asleep for a long period of time, and we have to take her somewhere for safety. Basically, we're moving through the summer realms, right, Freylis? We're going to take her home.
That's correct. Well, we're taking her to the... We're supposed to just take her here so she can continue on by herself.
Basically, we got here, and now we figured out if we need to continue taking her home, or if we, at this point, deviate path and go after a slavery ring from the sound of it, because that's sort of what's happening again right in front of us.
To be fair, the reason we wanted to come this way to begin with was the Kirathnan helped us out when we needed it, and they said they may need some more help from us. And as we arrived, it seemed they had been attacked with their wagons, and they just needed information. So that is how we ended up in the cells.
So you were dragged into it by Jean.
That's correct.
The
But
only
we did agree.
Beyond really, but by
Both of them.
appropriation. Jean.
Who you note Vian is not with you.
Speaking of Vian, where did she go?
Eh, She seems to just not have come with you.
That's hard.
Those of you with particularly high passive perception, if you would like to, you can make a retroactive roll to see if. Up to you.
Sure.
16.
16.
21.
Okay, no, you both notice. Vian wasn't particularly sneaky or about it, but she was the last one out. As you all sort of moved across the courtyard, she instead went back to the tavern.
Nice.
But she was not being particularly subtle about it. So the captain then sort of takes a moment to absorb a lot of what was just said. Like, so you don't know how long you will be remaining at the fort. Is that correct?
If you would prefer us to pass through so that you do not use resources on us that could be otherwise used on others, then we will leave soon. If that is your concern. We are happy to keep moving.
As of tomorrow, you can do as you choose.
What is happening tomorrow?
I'm leaving. I will be returning to the capital, and I will be... And she sort of hesitates before resting sort of her ungloved hand, on a stack of parchment next to her, where I will be hand-delivering some letters to the families of the fallen before I report to our king about what happened down here. At some point tomorrow, a beacon and two of Marathon will be arriving, and I will be heading back. And although I haven't told him yet, Eltan will temporarily be promoted to acting commander of the garrison. He'll be a lot more lenient than I am, so whatever you choose to do, you will run it by him.
Did you not just tell that child that you would be here with him? Are you taking him with you?
That's none of your concern.
Inside you.
Go for it. What are you insight checking?
I want to see if she is taking the kid with her. Is he actually quite important?
16.
16?
Not.
With a 16,
9.
she doesn't know. She doesn't want to take him, but she also understands the value of a word, so she is either going to ensure that he is looked after, or she will decide in that moment what is going on. There is a certain amount of hesitancy because she is what she's going to do. So whether you choose to pursue your tenuous lead, or whether you escort your friend further north, whether you stick around, that is up to you. I am merely trying to ascertain your intentions. There's enough conflict centered around here at the moment, and another unstable element. Well, I'm trying to be very careful about what goes on around here, given recent circumstances.
We're trying to make the scales balanced. We understand. Do you also tell us this because... And now that we have said that we are potentially escorting someone away from here... Frey, is the place we're going... No, is Surwatha going also north?
Does Frey remember? Well,
pain.
My
Into the
notes.
room.
allow me to jog everybody's memory.
I've split my notes up into two by accident.
Surwatha has made it known that this was going to be a stop, and she has the intention of heading to Sunhaven, the capital,
Yeah.
as well.
That's what I
And
fucking thought.
from
That's
there,
right.
she said she's got other destinations in mind, because there's somebody in Sunhaven she wants to talk to and to meet, something that she's been directed to by the Keeper of the Dark. But she has not disclosed more than that to any.
So,
And
we are also heading potentially the same direction.
I see. Well, it's a long ride by horseback, so I appeared.
Do
we
you have-
ask a favor.
Oh, what was that, Frey?
Could we ask a favor? Could we do something for you, and perhaps you could do something for us? My friend is a very dear person to me, and she needs to do things at Sunhaven. I don't want to risk her getting hurt while we are traveling. Is there a possibility that she could travel with you?
I am given to understand that a beacon will be arriving with two of them. I keep cutting out, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
You do, yeah.
Like Discord noise suppression or something? Do you
I don't know. I'm given to believe that a beacon and two Vermirathrin will be arriving tomorrow. There will barely be enough room if I choose to take the farm boy with me for anyone else.
Okay.
So the Vermirathrin, you guys, during the Kazdrop festival, there were some Vermirathrin that were that were there. They're a Realmsian thing, and they are essentially massive dragonflies that almost have kind of like a butterfly-esque sort of thing to their wings, and when their wings catch the sun, they create a prism-like effect. They are generally reserved for nobles or very specific important individuals or important tasks. They are not found too often outside of the northern summer realm. They also don't have a particularly large carrying capacity because of the nature of their body. So, I'm afraid that even were the choice up to me, which it will not be up to the beacon, I'm fairly certain I will not be able to accommodate friend.
What did she mean by the beacon?
That's understandable.
If you would like, you can make a religion check or you can ask.
Would you like me to roll the religion
If you would like,
check?
anybody that is in the room, make a religion check or you can ask.
I
Second's just kind of like beacon. Is that going to be like a beam of light that takes you somewhere, or?
30-20.
Hey, dirty 20.
Nice.
I could have used
Anybody
you
else?
earlier.
A beacon is one of the highest ranks within the church of the Temple of the Sun. So the same faith of the Keeper of Summer that Passion Ilios belongs to. A beacon is one of the highest amongst that hierarchy.
So there's a dragonfly and a priest coming to pick up Quinesta.
Captain Sol.
Captain Salt.
Yes.
Why? What is so important about what she's delivering? This is just me thinking out loud.
Yeah.
I
That's right.
mean,
We
bad
can.
shit's happened here, and she's responsible, and she answers directly to the king. So
But the fact that she's like leaving all of these duties to Alton, who isn't aware yet, means that the information could not be waited on.
is she handing in her resignation?
To the king? I don't think she needs to go to the king to hand it in.
I mean, if you're asking me, you already know the character well enough to know what the answer is likely to be.
Go kill him.
Oh, great! King assassination.
She indicated she's handing over these stacks of parchments to the families of the fallen, and then
I
she's
believe
reporting to the
that.
king. That's it. That's the information you've been given by her. You are more than welcome to ask for more information of you. But
Yeah.
Why would the highest of priests and the captain of a garrison far from the capital need to suddenly go see the king?
the beacon is bringing the Vermithrin here. Why them specifically, I wasn't told. But given the circumstances of our recent expedition, I will more than likely not only be having to debrief the king, but answer for the actions that I took.
Were you not honorable in your combat?
Let us say that a lot of people died, and it was my fault. That is all you need to know. That is all you need to know.
Well, if it's any consolation,
It won't be.
while you're there, you should ask about that night guy you're so sure of. I'm just saying.
Why would I do that? If he's operating out of Ruavar, which is where he's been stationed, as far as I'm aware, for several years, I can't imagine his particular specifics of activities will have anything to do with what's going on in the capital.
Where
Not
did,
that-
she,
no.
where did she say he was from?
From Ruavant.
We have that.
Are we
Okay.
anywhere near Ruavar?
That was part of Claiborne's information, yes. Ruavant, as it turns out, is about 2 days north. Actually, no, sorry, it's about 2 days north. It's a mining town that has a fairly high supply of the Summer Realm's slightly more precious ores. And it sits up in the foothills of the oh my god, why does the name suddenly... Sunreach Mountains. In between that and the mountains that border the market. So there's almost a pass that leads through, and Ruavant is just south of that pass, and it's about 2 days north of Fort Falls.
So 2 days.
If you were to follow the trade route north towards Sunhaven, the trade route goes very close to Ruavant. It's not on the trade route because it's in the foothills, but any of the ores and minerals that are shipped from Ruavant come out to the trade route anyway. So,
Oh, is that where he is? Thank you for that.
I want to know
I'm not trying to hide any knowledge about it.
why this isn't on one of the most important things for people. Why is it just getting, waved away?
Yes, is slavery acceptable these days?
Slavery
It's
is
the
not
same.
acceptable.
But
Ever.
it was the same as Claiborne. It was the same as him. Everyone was just like, yeah, that's just...
That's just who he is.
Yeah, that's just
boys
who he
will be
is.
boys.
I have no idea who that is. Are they relevant?
He w-
Does she actually
very...
not know who that is?
You want to make an insight check?
Yeah, I'm always second guessing.
I'm glad you guys are making more insight checks.
Oh hey, 21.
21?
Yeah.
She has no idea what the name Claiborne means.
Good, I can
You know-
trust her.
Yep.
Did you know that in Cascorn, there was a beholder? There probably still is a beholder there.
What's a beholder?
It's very, very, very creepy.
I think
Have
of like
these-
a
these little
giant
stalks.
floating eye with lots of extra eyes.
Yeah, a little...
Kind of like octopus, but on its head.
Lovely.
And there was a
that's-
slave ring there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
so,
it's-
did you resolve the slave ring issue there?
Saved someone. Got them
It's
out
always
before they
getting
were
waved
sold.
away.
The Summer Realms is facing a lot of issues and a lot of problems right now that I am not at liberty to divulge. And given that I still don't really know you, that is all I'm going to say. We don't have time to deal with supposed slavery issues. I say supposed. I know it's a problem. But until somebody comes forward with actual, actionable information, what do you expect us to do? Mobilize in force to do something about it? We have so many other problems that are more pressing than a potential issue that we cannot resolve right now.
Is there anything else we should be aware of traveling the Summer Realms?
Look
If
out
it
for
isn't-
bandits.
What would actionable information look like?
I don't know. I probably know it if I saw it. That's not up to me to create the action, though. As of tomorrow, it's not up to me. If you have something upon which I can absolutely say without doubt, that is a fact, and we can do something about it, then by all means, present it to me. And I will take that to the king when I leave tomorrow, and we'll do something about it. If you have no proof, other than the word of a known murderer and criminal, then I can't, in good conscience, act upon that. And risk the lives of more people when we've already lost so much.
Would the fact that we fought part of the slavery ring
And was Faruz Marat part of the faction that you fought? Were they there?
No.
So you have no specific proof that this person against which you want me to create action is involved?
We have proof that he was known to them and was part of stuff, but not
Where's this proof?
specifics. Do we still have the ledgers and stuff?
Unless Azaria gave them to you guys when she left.
I don't think she...
Nope, I don't think that was part of the stuff she handed out.
I only have Rook, a toolbox. But that doesn't prove anything without context.
And that's the biggest problem right now.
She doesn't have
You
context.
guys got a whole lot of stuff, but she doesn't have enough to act on. She doesn't have enough proof to be able to then commit.
And it's not like she would
Two.
accept us saying, like, oh, we have the testimonials of a family whose father was stolen, you know?
Because that, right now, in this moment, that means nothing to her.
If we bring you the proof, will you be coming back here?
If only
I don't
Delane
know.
was here.
Do you think you might be in more trouble than...
That's up to my king to decide.
You are very loyal to this king. Again, second ties are just like...
Of course I am. King Ulrith has looked after the Summon Realms for, well, his entire life, really. His entire line has. I swore an oath to protect my country, to protect my king, follow his orders, and protect those who cannot protect themselves. But my oath foremost is to him and my country. So yes, I am loyal to my king. I have killed in his name, and I will continue to do so if that's what it takes to keep this country safe.
Then we wish you luck on your journey. There is nothing more we can offer you at this point.
Then I would imagine that our discussion is at a close. Find yourself some lodgings for the night. I don't know if you'll really be able to clean yourselves up very well.
No, we
And
have
I guess-
ways.
And I would wish you luck on your adventures, but I think right now I don't particularly want to know where you are. Or what you're doing. No offense.
We
But-
wish you the best on what you were going to do tomorrow. Hopefully it works out in your favor.
Hopefully it works out in your country's favor, considering that is what you would most want from what you have said.
Yes.
It is similar for me and my tribe, I do understand.
I'm glad of that. Well then, I'd say enjoy the rest of your evening, but I think that might be a stretch. Dismissed.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
She's already dipping a quill back into the inkwell. You're dismissed in her head. Yep.
The hand that she itched is still gloved.
No, that was the one that she used to itch the other hand. The gloved hand, yeah. But yes, her hand is still gloved. She has not removed it.
Okay,
Let's go.
let's go.
Oh, and as you leave, you can tell Jean she doesn't need to lurk. She can come in. And
Anyway.
sure enough, as you walk out the door, Jean, with a fresh bandage on her side, is kind of standing there, just leaning up against the wall.
Jean, when you're done being grieved, maybe we could have a discussion about the information we got, yeah?
Well, I think that might be nice. I'm assuming you probably didn't get much from that one.
She is a very interesting captain.
That's one word for it.
I think you will find the establishment easier to work with come tomorrow. Let's go, everyone.
Jean sort of just follows you with her eyes as you wander down the stairs, just kind of like, what was that last comment? What?
It's a big old grin.
Before
right
she
there.
sort of just, she heads on into the office and closes the door behind her.
I know she's a troublemaker. She'll like Elton. Like, oh, I can manipulate that man.
So, you find yourself back in the courtyard of the Fort Falling Embers.
Can I feel where Sudawatha is?
I want to go see
on
where
the tavern.
Sir Arthur is and where Vian is.
Well, you noted her heading towards the tavern, and that is coincidentally where feels Sudawatha is.
Love that.
Second's
Yep.
going to break off and go to see if the crab has any information for her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Is the crab gonna
So
be
we're going to do
drunk?
that part first. Because as you approach the stairs heading down into the jail, you start moving down them, and immediately two individuals posted their weapons drawn, facing
Oh,
out.
the crab.
They sort of see like a silhouette start to come down the stairs, and they both immediately go onto an pose. It's like, identify yourself!
Second, Capri of the Tuvasa tribe. I was here earlier, making sure that no one released themselves. I unfortunately dropped something that I own, and I just want to see if I can find it.
You're not part of the Rangers or the Guard. You're not allowed down here. Tell us what it is you dropped. We'll see if we can find it and return it to you.
A crab.
A crab.
You know?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Do I look like I am kidding you? Could you go see if my crab is there? Or I will come down and have a look. Like, you don't have to trouble yourself. But I want my crab.
Sure. Yeah, we'll get right on that. See if we can find that crab of yours that you somehow lost. Irresponsible crab owners. Okay, all right. And one of them kind of shuffles off. Like, you can tell by their gait, they're like, fuck am I gonna go in here and find a crab? Are you going to stand there and wait?
Yep, very expectantly.
Oh guys, anybody seen a fucking crab? No, what the fuck would there be a crab down here for? You fucking man? I don't know, there's somebody up there looking for a crab.
Snap, snap!
They failed their initial search, so we're going to go back to the rest of the party, because this is going to take a while. What do you like to do?
It's gonna be like the talk of the talk for a while. We had to look for a fucking crab.
I mean, there's been some weird requests, but that's a new one. Yeah.
As me and Vendor Frey walk to the tavern, I ask if it's okay if we find a room and I go in there for a bit and join them again later, because and I basically say to them, I don't get opportunities to study my runes that often when they're in full glow. That's
Sure.
I'm just not doing my character voice because my throat hurts.
No, understandable.
Gonna send Northred there with a biscuit. It's just gonna be a lemon biscuit.
Yeah, I don't even think we have rooms yet because it's so full up.
You guys
Need
have
to
not
find a
acquired
place.
lodgings, yeah.
Maybe we go sleep in the wagon. least we know
Wouldn't be
where it
very
is.
comfortable.
Yeah, but
I
maybe we
sleep in
can.
the stable.
We can see if Vian has potential lodgings for us.
Wait, didn't Vion say that she had lodgings as well?
I thought she may have mentioned it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was, yep. I was trying to keep
essentially-
about it, but they have remembered. Cool.
Finding a way for me to not have to talk, but also
Yep.
so that I can get some character development happening.
Yep. Okay. So they will require returning to the tavern and yes, getting confirmation. Venturing past Syleria that she has in fact organised lodgings for you. The lodgings will be cramped in that all of you are going to have to share a room.
Nice.
Because she could secure exactly one room, mainly because the other adventuring party had a pair of rooms, and she's basically said to them they now had to share a room, and you guys share a room.
Cute.
So she doesn't have to, evict other people. She's just done that. So there's going to be a lot of crowded up. So you guys do return to the tavern, which is decidedly emptier than what it was when you've. Many of the soldiers in the various different uniforms, indicating either the have moved on or been moved on. Clearly, with the incident that has gone on. Around the problems or celebrate, whichever one they were choosing to do, is no longer acceptable this night. So many of the people remaining in here are farm folk or merchant. The other adventuring group are still situated where they were previously. You see Surawatha head down on the table, snoring and maybe drooling a little bit. And Vian appears to currently be almost sort of wrapping a bandage around her shoulder while rolling it, whilst the bard seems to be just trying to get information out of it. But you can confirm you will have a very short. What would you like to do?
He's just gonna walk up to Vion and be like, "Hey."
Hello. So,
Shoulder
how did
looks
it go?
really
They still
bad.
can't find your crab, by the way, Second. I'm doing a check every so often.
I can just imagine the crab scuttling around, like around the cell.
He's
Like,
oh,
bringing
we're
it,
playing
like,
hide
oh,
and
the honey
seek?
for me.
Just trying to stay hidden, yeah. Can't be seen, stealth mode. Yeah, sorry, what were you saying to Vian, Fro?
She's just gonna be like, "Hello."
Hello. Take it your meeting
So,
went well?
as well as it could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rough lady. Ay,
It's a work, isn't she?
she's okay. Could be worse.
You know what? That's probably about the best compliment she could be given.
Hmm. You know anything else about her? Also, is there a possibility that lodging arrangements?
Yeah, I've got a room arranged for you.
Nofred just inhaled a little bit too much smoke down there, and she just needs to.
Oh, I think a rest is probably in everybody's best interests.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and she will give directions for where a room is, which is not far. You basically walk out of the tavern down to the back of the rooms outside the tavern. You actually have to leave the tavern.
Thank you guys for. I'll be back. I need to do this while it's. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I go.
Hey, that explosion you did,
Yeah.
that was hot.
You handled yourself well in there.
No, I got thrown around like a fucking ragdoll, but thank you.
That's cool that you can take it like that. I
Oh,
couldn't.
I can take a lot of things. I've been hit by bigger and better than that.
The smoke is making me feel a little sickly. I'm gonna go now.
yeah. The Drakan sitting next to her is kind of just chuckling away at the same, yeah.
It's so good.
Um, but she does return back to one of your original queries, Frey. About what more? Yeah, that was the point, Lolly. It was a fireball. It was quite literally hot. Yeah, that was exactly. But she returns to your initial query about knowing more about the captain. And it's look, there isn't a lot I can tell you about her. She ascended to the post of captain recently. Most of the people don't like her, and she recently got a lot of people killed, including her own men and innocent people, which meant that she's liked even less than she was before.
How?
How?
Yes. How did she get them killed? Everybody keeps referring to this incident. No one said what happened.
Look, the Rangers and the Guard mounted a joint expedition to assault the bandits once they found out where they were. The fact that they'd kidnapped a whole lot of farmers. It was a very hard battle. And when they finally broke through, the bandits held the innocent people hostage. The captain challenged the bandit leader, Tusk, I think they call him, to a one-on-one, which she lost. But when she lost, not only did she just kind of lose the battle, she lost her fucking mind. I guess the best way to put it is she literally fucking exploded. And everything around her burned. Bandits, people, everything. She exploded everything. And that ensuing blast, that's when they captured the leader. Only after everything burned. And a lot of people lost their lives.
It's now understandable why people just...
She's quite literally volatile.
She's a hothead.
Just a little bit.
I'm glad that she didn't lose her temper when talking to everyone.
She's kept herself, from what I understand, she's kept herself locked away in that office.
Must be feeling very guilty about it.
One would hope so.
But anyway, she was asking us about what happened down there.
Yeah, a bit of a clusterfuck, wasn't it?
A little bit. Are you okay?
I'm alright. Nothing, a little bit, and she sort of rolls the shoulder, and you immediately hear a pop, and she does. It's like nothing a good 8 hours rest won't.
Say so.
Allusion to full rest.
Long rest, baby. Yep. Yeah, just like, yeah. At least we got some information out of it for all pear-shaped, I guess.
Just a little bit.
What do you think we can do with this information?
Like, I don't really want to speak too much of it without Jean around.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, from what I gather, Jean is suspected for a while that Farouz Marat is at least involved. getting confirmation that he might have been the one supplying them, that he might be ahead of the pack. It's great to have confirmation. It's also a little rattling to know you were right. We're clearly going to have to go and take a look. I can't imagine she'll be leaving, and I'm supposed to be dealing with something else. Another destination in mind. And she sort of looks at the other adventurer, and you just hear the goblin Sal going, "Oh no!" And the bar just kind of, it's like, I don't know what we're gonna do, honestly. It just does not appear to want to commit to sending these guys to look into Ferus. Because I think when you guys they were searching for a part of Kirithnan shipment that hadn't been retrieved from the expedition. They were going to send this group to go to the site of the ambush and see if they could track it down from there, until it was then insisted that perhaps these guys could look after Syleria for a bit. Love that font. That's very good.
If they're still having trouble finding my crab,
Over another check. Got their best people on it. I guarantee you, best people. Nope.
Second
That's
is
all-
going to be like, well, I may as well go get myself a drink while I wait, since you obviously can't find a criminal in a jail cell. And she's actually going to go around to a darkened corner
Wait, the crab's a criminal? Fuck!
and turn into Hetty.
Ooh.
Okay.
And Hetty's just going to be like, snip, snip, you around?
Yep, mental communication.
Good.
Yeah? I'm being chased. It's really hard to hide down here.
You can come up, you know? Did you want me to come down and get you, or do you want to,
Look,
make your way out?
I'm a little scared, okay? I'm still newborn to this world, and the big version of you put me down, said nothing, and left me alone, and now I'm being hunted by guys in uniforms, and I don't know, they're talking about something that I don't understand. They're all talking gibberish. Help me, please.
I'ma come get you. You listen to what they're saying, you know, and then I'll help you work out what they mean. But I will come and get you. You just stay hidden, okay?
Okay.
Hetty's gonna cast invisibility
I love it. Yep.
and make her way down to save her crab.
Make a stealth check at advantage. If there was any time to infiltrate that prison, now's the best time for it. Even despite the increased guard prison.
21.
21. All right. Yeah. That dude got nothing. So you do manage to sneak down in there. I will, while you are down there, I'm going to jump back to the others briefly, see if there's anything else they want to do. When I come back, I'm going to get a stealth check and an investigation check out of you. You remember that because I might forget. And that will then resolve the situation. So, as for the rest of you, is there anything else you want to do while you're at the tavern with the other group and Vian? Syleria is very much out of it. She has imbibed, obviously, far too much.
Is she going to be okay?
The the bard sort of like, oh, she's going to be clearly just can't handle the liquor. Liquor.
She is also recovering from quite
Sleeping
a serious predicament.
Oh, yeah, it's very traumatic, I'm sure.
I think drinking would soothe it a little bit. She'll be fine.
Good for what ails you? You know what else is good for what ails you?
Peace and quiet.
Mhm.
Well, I was going to say me, but I like the tongue on you.
Feeling is not mutual.
That's fine. You see this? And he immediately just pings a couple of his gems. That's right. I'm studded for her oral pleasure. Because they let out a little ring as he... And then he just looks back at Frey.
Ray's just gonna have this very, like, I'm sorry. Like, just a very big pity smile of, yeah.
That's right. He
Very
keeps smiling.
polite.
And then, upon getting the, reception, he's still going to be swinging his attention back to Vian.
The
Yeah.
destination in mind that you guys had.
Oh, yes, we had a destination.
The Pugoi.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, I think we're still uncertain about what it is we're going to do. We were going to go look for some cargo, but your friend was needing some help, some assistance. We could always help with that instead, depending. I think we might be potentially being employed by Vian to do something. We just need to, find out what that is. Yeah, yes. And the goblin just lifts his head up, down on the thing. It's like, as long as it's not more bandits. Please, no more bandits. And just drops his head back. So yes, since you're asking about our destination, what's your destination? Friendly, small conversation stuff. Yes, that's what this is.
Well, we have two things that we could do.
Right?
But it depends on... Frey's gonna look at Sorava. It depends on what she wants to do.
Oh,
moment,
fair enough.
Fortunately, she can't handle her liquor. Frey's gonna look so smug.
Liquor. Yes.
But... I'm not too sure.
Oh well, nothing a good night's sleep won't fix, I'm sure. And of course my bed's all... yeah. The bard, upon proclaiming that his bed is always going to be open, you see the goblin, without even lifting his head, just kind of reaches over, picks up his staff, and just over his head, just clonk. And it's like, just then puts the staff back down. And the bard just kind of, as his head clonks, just kind of rings a little bit.
Did he just get horny bonked?
Yes, he did.
That is impressive.
Yep, the Drakan just got horny bonked by the goblin.
That is very impressive.
You can tell that they're just used to this. So. Right. There's naught else. I don't know if you guys wanted to continue a conversation there, or if you've got any other... Oh, bing! Somebody had to. And Bex has lost it.
That was as close as I could get to a bonk. We need to make a bonk sound.
So yeah, if there's nothing else from Vander and Prey?
No.
Nope. Okay. Second, I'm going to get another stealth and another investigation from you to resolve
Petty.
your... Sorry, Kitty. Yes, sorry, it's been Sekit for like 2 sessions. Yes. Resolve your crab finding situation. Yeah.
Oh, this is like the
That's a
best
9
one.
on stealth.
I just don't want to kill everyone.
Is stealth still an advantage?
Yes, because you're still invisible.
That's a good bonk.
These cards
that
are
one?
rolling shit.
14 for
14.
stealth.
I haven't rolled anything on the dice higher than an 8 for any of these guards today.
Oh my
Wow.
Oh
gosh.
damn!
They're
And I'm
all a
good at
little bit
investigation.
inebriated, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, these are the ones that are most functional, and they
Yeah.
are not by much.
22 investigation.
Hell yeah, okay. So after a little bit of moving around and probably be a great little bit of Benny Hill sort of events if it wasn't for the fact that, one of them is a crab trying to be hiding and the other one's an invisible gnome. You do manage to find Slanderous or Snip Snip, and now your crab is not invisible. So how are you going to secrete the crab and get it out of there?
They all need to see that the crab exists, so I'm just going to carry the crab and it's going to like levitate out.
And of course, the immediate reaction is, "Holy shit! It is a crab! I've been drinking too much. Quick, is it real?" And somebody is actually going to take a whack at this floating crab.
Oh,
Oh no, they don't.
Oh, hey, look, that's the highest roll I've had today for them, and it's
Oh.
a 10.
oh.
Which does translate, I think, for these basic mooks, that's 15.
Is natural arm is
No,
only
it's not
11.
15. It's not 15. It's less than that, but it's higher than an 11. Okay. Does he have a hit point pool, or is he a 1?
It'll be a 1.
Yeah, unless it's an enhanced. Oh,
He
no,
got
2?
2.
Okay, which means even if I roll minimum, it's going to do at least 2.
Could
He's
I
got a pl-
not have like seen it coming and tried to dexterily like
What?
swoop him to the side?
What would you like to do to attempt to protect Snip Snip Slanderous?
I would like to dexterously step him out of the way of the hit.
Okay,
My poor newborn is terrified.
absolutely. Alright. I tell you what, make a dexterity check for me. Actually, yeah, no, make a dexterity check for me. What is your dexterity modifier?
+2, so that brings it to 18.
Okay. Alright. So what's going to happen is instead of the crab taking the hit, Kitty's going to. That's the trade-off. You can't evade it altogether because attack. You can, in this instance, take the hit for Slanderous.
Okay.
Which, no, that's classic me. I rolled a 1 on the dice. So, given their modifier, you take 2 points of piercing damage from the spear. I don't know why I bother rolling dice, I'll be honest.
Because it delights and amuses me. So it's 2 damage to me.
2 points of piercing damage, yep. But Slander is also... although, given that the guard feels his spear connect with something and this floating crab continues to float away, he does have a mild panic attack. And just kind of drops his spear and starts shaking, not understanding what the hell's going on. And I will say that you managed to get out from the jail, but the cries of Ghost Crab follow you out into the night air.
I make sure to whip it past the guard that had been eyeballing Sickett. Like,
I'm very tempted to make him have a swing at it too, but I'm not going to. We've resolved that issue once. We're not going to do it again.
Hetty's just going to be talking like soothing sounds to Snip Snip.
And if this crab could cry, it probably would.
And ask, try and find out what it overheard and that kind of thing.
Which was not a lot. Honestly, these guards hadn't been told. They got to clean things up, and then really about the only interesting piece of information that you get is, it's something you already found out, which is the fact that the locks had all disengaged, and the person responsible for the installation of that particular mechanism is Jean. So she's the one that's going to have to. That's why the captain said she's got to be the one to try and fix this. Right. Do you return to the tavern? All right. And I know you're not got much of a voice, Bex. Was there anything you were going to be doing? Look at wrapping up. We can address it next time if you want.
Probably just do it next time. My throat's...
Okay. No, that's cool. I figured I'd just throw that out there now. So the rest of you reconvene in the tavern, I guess, to decide whatever's going on, or a restful night. You are eventually rejoined by Jean, who is a little quiet initially, before looking around the table, noticing Kitty being someone she hasn't met before, and the lack of of both the Tuvasa sisters kind of makes her a little curious. She'll sort of turn to Frey and Vander, like, where are the other two? And is this also one of your group? Pointing at Hetty.
She is.
Hetty, hi.
Hello, you're new?
She's also a Tuvasa sister.
Oh.
They're relatively interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
She cocks an eyebrow at that.
Yeah, looks at her. She's like, okay. And she's trying to pass that with interchangeable mechanisms and stuff that she works with, and it just doesn't quite track in her head. It's kind of like, interesting. So, where are the other two?
I believe they've already retired.
Nofret needed to rest and to check something within herself. And Sekhet...
Okay.
Must be looking after her, right?
Yes, she is.
If
so they've
I'm not-
both gone to bed.
If I'm not being too forward here, your friend Nofret,
Mm-hmm.
does she glow like that often?
Periodically, yes.
Do any of you know why?
Why do you want to know?
I'm just curious. I feel as though I've seen a similar phenomenon before. And if she has experience about that particular phenomenon, I wouldn't mind having a discussion about it.
She would probably love a discussion with you. But I feel like that should wait for tomorrow. Are you in a lot of trouble?
No more trouble than I usually get into. which around here is often and a lot. But they usually forgive me pretty quickly because I'm very useful.
How did you, what happened to the locks?
I need to have a closer look at them tomorrow to figure that out, but I'm rather miffed somehow they've all been manipulated the way they have. They're supposed to be only activatable from the guard room all at once, and this person has the keys. And from what I know, we were the only ones down there. Well, Ty. But apparently he was just looking for a place to sleep, so I don't know.
Could there be someone here?
It's a question I have asked myself, and it is something I'm going to have to look into when I try to reset everything tomorrow. I don't want... My reputation for the works that I do is supposed to be impeachable. This is a black mark, and I will not stand for it. So I'm going to figure it out. And I've apologized to the captain for it. Not that she was happy.
You two seem, I wouldn't say close, but very acquainted.
Headstrong and a good working relationship, although we quite often butt heads, so...
She seems like a very explosive woman with a very hot-headed attitude.
You've overheard some of the talks, have you? About what happened?
Yes.
Best not to mention that around her or any of the soldiers.
We heard nothing.
That is the right attitude to have.
Mm.
She's good at her job, but yes, she has a temper.
I'm guessing just something happened, and it just made her snap.
She won't talk about it, so... Your guess is as good as mine.
So about...
Although, I do have my concerns.
Mhm.
It's the timing of it all. It's a 2-day flight from Sunhaven to Fort Falling Embers via Verimerithrin. The expedition returned to the fort 3 days ago. That's a very fast turnaround time for them to dispatch. That's a very fast turnaround time to dispatch somebody down here. Just let's be curious, probably more than concerned. How exactly the capital knew that quickly, and they've decided to dispatch somebody of the prestige of a beacon to retrieve a captain.
Might have been...
The timeline doesn't track. It's almost like it's been, yes, pre-planned. And that's curious, shall we say. Anyway.
To be fair, it is none of our concern.
Very true. We have other matters to discuss, but I think we will do that. Right, Vian, you have a sort of jings for everybody, I assume? Vian, who's kind of just half nodding off. It's like, Just, that's it. It's like, very good. Well...
Freya's gonna use, one of her... gonna use one of her first levels to cast Healing Word on Vian. Just out of concern.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And I mean, Vian's mostly passed out at this point. So she'll very... But you're not going to get much of a reaction.
Yeah,
But-
just
Bar
to soothe.
maybe a contented little grunt.
It's just to soothe.
Yeah, just to soothe
Yeah.
that. And no doubt that moments after the contented grunt, you'll then end up getting just the softest bit of a snore.
Good.
But with that, unless there is anything else, I imagine you are all going to find to your chambers,
So many questions tomorrow, though.
sparsely appointed as they may be, and you may all have a long rest.
Hey. Bender will be
And
in cat form to save space.
I love that.
Hetty will stay as Hetty to save space.
Actually, yeah. When do you switch into cat form, Vander?
It would have been when he's in the room.
In the room? Okay, cool. So, just curious. Yes, and I think we'll leave it there and we'll pick up with the next day. Next time. That was very talk heavy.
Was.
I was so scared.
That was awesome.
Sorry, I couldn't be of more help, but
No, it's understandable.
it's just
Yeah.
very on fire. And now I'm getting panicked emails from students. So
Oh no.
just
Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I tried to poke and prod as much as I could.
You did
No,
really
it's,
well.
it's
There
good.
was some
It-
great
yeah.
I had to tiptoe through, like, she was already losing her patience, and I was just like, just gonna
Yeah,
poke a little bit.
You guys handled her pretty well. The arguments you made about why she shouldn't lock you up were very, very, and she understands that logic. So yeah, no, it was good. It felt a little talk heavy, and
I love
Oh,
talking.
we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to maybe check the cables on your mic, or is it Discord?
Yeah, I don't
why
know.
it's cutting out.
I haven't had this issue in a while, so I don't know what.
I
I'll
loved
take a
the
look.
crab incident. The crab incident was the best. The fact that he was just like, please help me.
Oh, slanderous, yeah.
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 There's help.
Nadia is still live,
Hey,
playing
nice.
some Grounded, so we're just gonna raid Narnia because we love her.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And I would like to thank you all for putting up with me completely changing the whole setup of the stream during the stream.
Looks good.
Wouldn't be us if we weren't messing around with shit all the time, right?
Does it look good though? I think it kind
Yeah.
of slaps.
Yeah.
It's cute. I love it.
It's simplistic, but it works so well.
Yeah. I'm like, it
Right?
gives all the information.
Yeah.
And like, there's a little bit of character art there. Thank you, Purdy, again.
Yeah.
It's got our name. I don't know. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I love the look. Thanks, Lizzie. Hopefully I can stream again soon, team, for those big explorers who care. But I just literally have to wait out this cold. It's so
Yeah.
frustrating.
Take it easy on yourself, Bix.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah. The thing, yeah, I know it's like that whole thing when we're sick and we want to stream, we kind of stress out about it and want to do it.
Yeah.
The community understands. If you're sick, you're sick. Look after
that's why I
yourself.
was like, I
yeah.
can stream D&D because you guys can literally carry the stream and I can just like tap away on
Yeah.
the computer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
You can host it and we'll do the work.
yeah. But I've got 2
I hope-
days of supposed classes, so I will get back to everyone. How after
I hope you're feeling better for next time because I there was a lot of that was why I
I
held
want
off.
to talk to Jean.
I held off the Gene
Mm.
thing this entire
Mm.
session. I was holding off on it.
Oh no, it's raining.
because-
Oh.
Yeah, because it was going to be a thing.
Okay. I'm so
Yeah, no,
excited.
Yeah, I held off because it was going to be a thing, like immediately. But yeah, it was kind of like, no, we'll leave that. It
Yeah.
can wait.
I'm excited.
So,
We're gonna stop the recording here.
Yep.
Until next time. Bye, recording.
bye.